Can the Red Sox storm into Pittsburgh and get 2 out of 3 from the Buccos so they can return home and try to get back on track as they've hit a little bit of a skid in recent memory, but reinforcements are on the way, and can they get back to within striking distance of the Yankees in the AL wild card? With that, we welcome you into the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. I'm your host, Mike Walsh, and I thank you for joining me for some Sunday afternoon baseball here in Pittsburgh as the Red Sox take on the Pittsburgh Pirates in the third and final game of the series before the Red Sox head off to play another team. I want to welcome you in, and we are trying to break our own little streak. We have done 3 Red Sox live streams this year on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. We are 0-3, so trying to get the first victory on the board for the Red Sox while I've been streaming here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. And hopefully it comes today against the last, ironically enough, the last team I played Little League for, the Pirates. So a little bit of an idea about that. We'll take a look at the lineups for today's game. For the Red Sox, Nick Sogard will lead it off and play first base today. Batting second, the center fielder, Cedar Rafaela. Right field batting third is Wilyer Abreu, who had a home run last night. That was the lone run for much of the game before an explosion of 3 runs in the top of the 9th. Batting fourth, designated hitter Adley Rutschman, who is recently just getting back from an injury that he sustained while he was still with the Orioles. He's been catching for most of his time, but today, taking a break from catching, is simply swinging the bat. Batting fifth at third base, the Durbinator, Caleb Durbin, will get the start today. Batting sixth at shortstop, Andrew Monasterio, where he's been a stalwart in the lineup, but reinforcements in that position is on the way, as today Trevor Story got a rehab assignment going at AAA Worcester. Batting seventh, the left fielder Jared Duran. Batting eighth, the second baseman Anthony Siegler. And with Adley Rutschman designated hitting today, batting ninth behind the plate is Connor Wong. The Red Sox will go up against Lake Bacher, 1-2 with a 3.97 ERA, 65 innings pitched, and 68 strikeouts on the day. Take a look at the standings across Major League Baseball. The Braves with a 7.5 game lead in the NL East. The Brewers with a 4-game lead over the Cubs in the NL Central. Pirates sit in 4th in that division. In the NL West, the Dodgers with an 8-game lead over both the Diamondbacks and the Padres. Meanwhile, if you look at the NL wild card, it's a lot closer, as the Cubs with a 6-game lead for the first wild card spot, and 3 teams are tied for that second wild card spot: the Diamondbacks, the Padres, and the Phillies. 3 games behind them is the Miami Marlins. 3.5 behind them are the Cardinals. Pirates just 5.5 back of a wild card spot. Nationals and Reds just behind them. Reds are 6 games back. Nationals 6.5. Meanwhile, going over to the American League, in the AL East, the Rays with a 6.5 game lead over the Yankees. Red Sox are 8.5 back. The AL Central, very much closer, as the White Sox just a 4.5 game lead over the Tigers and a 5-game lead over 3rd and 4th place Minnesota and Cleveland. Meanwhile, in the AL West, that one is close as close can get. The Astros with just a 2-game lead over the Rangers and a 5-game lead over the Mariners. Heading over to the AL wild card spot, the Red Sox with a 5.5 game lead over 3rd place Texas and just 2 games behind the 1st place Yankees in the wild card. They have a 7.5 game lead. Meanwhile, just below them, it is as close as you can. 4th, 5th, and 6th, the Blue Jays, Orioles, and Tigers, all a half game back of the Rangers for that 3rd and final wild card spot. And the Twins and the Guardians are just 1 game back of that 3rd wild card spot. And the Mariners just 3 games back of that last wild card spot. Take a look at the upcoming schedule for these teams. Oh, excuse me. Red Sox will fly home to take on the Diamondbacks in a 3-game set with an off day before they welcome the Giants and Rafael Devers into Fenway for 3 games. Meanwhile, the Pirates will have one last homestand series against the Detroit Tigers for an off day before they head out west to take on the 2-time defending champion Los Angeles Dodgers. As we are almost set for first pitch. Excuse me. Had something cut in my throat there for a second. But the Red Sox, trying to win this series, lost the first game in rather decisive fashion to the Pirates. And then last night, squeaked out a win. It was 1-0 on a Wilyer Abreu home run back in the second for most of the game until 3 runs in the top of the 9th got the Red Sox some breathing room for a 4-0 victory. The Red Sox in the road grays with the red letters and numbers and gray pants and shirts. Meanwhile, the Pirates in the home whites with the black letters and the yellow trim. Lake Bacher, trade deadline acquisition from the Miami Marlins, as a fastball, slider, sweeper, and curve for his 4 main pitches. Yeah, look at the defensive alignment. Nick York at third base. Jared Triolo at shortstop. Brandon Lau at second. Rafael Flores at first. Umpires for today's game. Jonathan Parra has the home plate. Lance Barksdale, the crew chief, has first. Ryan Willis at second. And Ryan Addition at third. $80 degrees with an 84% chance of humidity in Pittsburgh and a 10-mile-an-hour wind. There is a chance for potential thunderstorms, so we'll see how much of this game we'll be doing. But for now, the sun is out. And Bacher's first pitch to Nick Sogard is a strike on the inside corner. And it's 0-1. That one missed by a ball. But Bacher gets the call, and Sogard didn't want to challenge this early. The 0-1 pitch, that one's below the zone for a ball, and it counts 1-1. Sogard, 250 on the year, no home runs and 5 RBIs. In 28 games played, the 1-1 pitch to him. Checks his swing. Did he go? No, he did not, and it counts 2-1. So Sogard, Rafaela, and Abreu due up in the top of the first for the Red Sox. Two-one pitch coming to Nick. Playing first base today. Squares to bunt, and he gets it down. Bacher over to Getty. He's going to fire it onto first, and it's dug out nicely at first base by Rafael Flores Jr. and 1 gone in the top of the first. Got the bunt down, but it was too close to the mound. Bacher was able to get it easily, barehanded it, and fired it into the ground, but Flores with a nice pick at first base. That'll bring up Cedar Rafaela. Batting second today. He's going to swing at a slider and miss for strike 1. Cedar 287 on the year, 16 homers and 63 RBIs. A 1 pitch is grounded foul and counts quickly 0-2. PNC Park, one of the most beautiful ballparks in MLB. Cedar since August 10th, batting .350. So in 6 days, he's batting .350. The 0-2 pitch to him, foul back, and it's still 0-2. 7 pitches already in the first inning for Bacher. Cedon with the bat over his shoulder. Bacher working from the stretch. 0-2 pitch. That one fouled back again. The count's still 0-2. Bacher with the long flowing locks right now. And another 0-2 to Cedon. Swung on and missed on a curveball way out of the zone. That is strike 3. I don't know if Cedon knew if it was an 0-2 count. He swung and missed badly. Two outs in the top of the first, and here comes Willier. Had a massive home run in the right field seats last night. First pitch to him, catches the top of the zone for a strike. Willier batting .259 with 22 homers and 65 RBIs. The 0-1 pitch from Bacher. Right on the inside part of the plate for strike 2. As the clouds now start to descend, Willier is going to look at a ball that was well in the dirt. So the count 1-2. Willier on this season, 22 home runs. That ties him for his career high. Not the only one. Wilson Contreras tied for a career high. Cedon tied for a career high. And Caleb Durman with 12 as a new career high. As Willier chops one to second base. Going to try to beat it out. Coming over and making a nice play is Brandon Lowe. And that will retire the side in order. And the Red Sox go 1-2-3 in the top of the first. And we will head to the bottom of the first with no score from the Red Sox. Was a very interesting Sunday afternoon. So taking a look at the weather forecast for Pittsburgh today. Actually, the thunderstorm's not set to come in until 4 o'clock. So, that courtesy of the Weather Channel, which I think is probably the best source for weather online. So, hopefully this game will be able to be gotten in, unless we go to extra innings, which is the last thing people want. This will give me a chance to show you the starting lineup for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Batting first and playing shortstop, Jared Triolo. Batting second, the right fielder, Esmerlin Valdez. Batting third, the designated hitter, Brian Reynolds. Batting fourth, the second baseman, Brandon Lowe. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Rafael Flores Jr. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Jake Mangum. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Nick York. Batting eighth, the center fielder, Billy Cook. And batting ninth, the catcher, Henry Davis. They will be going up against the left-hander, Patrick Sandoval for the Red Sox, just making his third start at the big league level, 1-1, with a 3.30 ERA, just 30 innings pitched, and just 29 strikeouts. He will face Triolo, Valdez, and Reynolds in this bottom of the first. His first pitch to Triolo is a strike on the outside corner. The count's 0-1. Sandoval from the stretch, the left-hander delivers on a nice changeup swung on and miss, and the count's 0-2. Slider, change, four seam, and sinker, the four main pitches. He does have a 6-pitch arsenal, but those are the four main ones. That one in the dirt. Slider, and it's 1 and 2. Another 1-2 pitch from Sandoval. That one floated into right field. Willier back, makes the catch, and that is the first out of the inning. So Caleb Derman at third, Monasterio at short, Siegler at second, Sogard at first. Left to right, Duran, Rafaela, and Abreu, and Connor Wong doing the catching for Sandoval. Here's Esmerlin Valdez. He'll look at a curveball on the outside part of the plate for a ball. So Merlin batting .256, 14 homers, and 41 RBIs on the season. Swings and misses on a fastball and counts 1-1. Chad Tracy taking a look there with the sunglasses. See how long you might need those. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and driven to left. Duran going back at the track at the wall. He's going to play it off the wall. Valdez is going to dig into second with a double. And the first hit of the game goes to the Buccos. Valdez went down and got a pitch. And very nearly put it out. Duran came over to cut it off. Now bring up Brian Reynolds. Excuse me. First pitch to him, and that one's crushed to left center field. Duran going back, all the way back. He's going to play it off the wall again. Valdez will score from second. And the first run of the game goes to the Buccos, as it's an RBI double for Brian Reynolds. Swung at the first pitch he saw and crushed it to left center field. So only 8 pitches, but Sandoval already is in deep trouble now. His first pitch to Nathaniel Lowe, and that's rocketed past Caleb Durden for a base hit. Reynolds will hit the bag, ground home to throw to the plate. Not in time. And it's a quick 2-0 lead for the Pirates. This is just gone crazy right now. Here comes Rafael Flores Jr. Now a pickoff attempt goes wide. And heading up to second is Brandon Lowe. Sandoval just missed Sogard. Threw it way to his right-hand side. Barely got a glove on it. So, runner on second with 1 out. Now bring up Rafael Flores Jr. Yet to see a pitch, but all of a sudden some craziness. First pitch to him. Right in the zone on a slider for a strike. Sandoval rocked right now. Can he get his mojo back? Thought he clipped the bottom of the zone, but he did not. It counts 1-1. Jake Mangum on deck. Next pitch below the zone on a changeup. Count 2-1. Chad Tracy right now. A little bit shell-shocked as that pitch is fouled off. It counts 1-2. Actually, no, it counts 2-2. Sandoval right now is dumbfounded. But a 2-2 pitch to Flores Jr. Below the zone for ball 3. So 3-2 pitch right in there for strike 3. That is a great response by Sandoval, and there's 2 gone in the bottom of the first. Now bring up Jake Magnum. First pitch to him right on the inside part of the plate for a strike. Jake batting over 300, 301 to be exact. 4 homers and 28 RBIs. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on a miss on a changeup. It counts 0-2. So can Sandoval get out of this without some more damage? This one grounded foul, and I'll do it again. Another 0-2 pitch. That one fouled back. Sandoval about to throw his 20th pitch at the bottom of the first. Can he strike out Magnum to get out of it? No, it's a foul ball to the right side. Counts to 0-2. So another 0-2 pitch after 2 runs have already come in the bottom of the first. Sandoval delivers, and that one is popped up. Second base, Anthony Siegler makes the catch. Sandoval gets out of the inning after 21 pitches and 2 runs. The Red Sox offense will try to get it back as we head to the top of the second. And the Pirates leading 2-0. Hang on a sec, guys. Just trying to double check something real quick. Aha. So I found something very, very nice that I saw a lot of my producers when I've been broadcasting using. I have a little bit of a stream deck here right in front of me. And as you guys can tell, I got Uno overlays. Well, actually, no, the Elgato Marketplace came out with baseball inspired icons. And I'm like, oh, those are awesome. So I was testing them out. And that's how basically, whenever you guys see anything up here, like for example, if it's a strike, I hit that. And if it's another strike, hit that. If it's a ball, I hit that. So that's kind of helping me out. For some reason, in the first inning, I was hitting, I could show you right here. I was hitting the balls and the strikes, and it would go to 0-1 and it would go to 1-1, but it wouldn't go further than that. And I was trying to figure out what the heck is going on here. Turns out, when I was setting things up, I only set it to go to 1. As Adley Rutschman looks at a ball, start off the top of the second. So it would go to 1, but then it would stop. I didn't set it up to be increments of 1. That's how you get to 1-0, 2-0, everyone up. So I could only put 1 on the strike counter. So still little things. As Rutschman looks at a strike on a curveball and it counts 1-1. So it's still trying to figure out how all this is working out. Adley Rutschman batting .241 on the year is going to look at a curveball outside, and the count is 2-1. So able to fix that. Adley in 71 games with the Orioles and with the Red Sox, .241, 8 homers, 47 runs batted in. 2-1 pitch to him. Outside for a ball, 3-1. So can the Red Sox get some run support after Patrick Sandoval gave up 2 on the bottom of the first? 3-1. Outside, ball 4, and he walked him. So Rutschman on to begin the top of the second. I'll bring up the Durbinator, Caleb Durbin. Already with a runner on. The first pitch to Caleb. It's below the zone for a ball. Rutschman on first after a walk to begin the inning. The 1-0 pitch to Caleb, right at the bottom of the zone for a strike, and the count's 1-1. Caleb in 116 games, 252, 12 homers, and 60 RBIs. 12 homers are career high for Caleb. The 1-1 pitch squares the bunt, doesn't go, and it's a ball. Counts 2-1. Yeah. The last thing you want to talk about on my live streams is fanciness. 2-1 pitch to Caleb, right there for a strike, and the count's 2-2. Rutschman on second. Actually, Rutschman on first. And the 2-2 pitch to Caleb. Right up the middle for a base hit. Rutschman will hold it second, and the Red Sox had the first 2 runners on to begin the top of the second. So that will bring up Andrew Monasterio. Played very, very well since becoming the everyday shortstop with the injury to Trevor Story. First pitch to him on the day, squares the bunt, couldn't get it down, caught it off the end of the bat, and the count's 0-1. Monasterio has the best home run odds today at plus 850. Jaron Duran behind him with plus 550. If you're into that sort of thing. Monasterio squares again, pulls it back, and that is a ball just below the zone. So Rutschman on second, Durbin on first. Monasterio squares again. This is a high chopper. And it's a foul ball, so the count is 1-2. So Andrew couldn't be getting the ball down. Now he's going to have to battle at 1-2. Monasterio last night had a two-run double in the top of the ninth to give the Red Sox some breathing room. He's behind 1-2 here. Here it comes. Fun did not offer on that one. Counts 2-2. Barker, 27 pitches so far today. His 28th pitch to Monasterio, low again, and the count's 3-2. On a beautiful day in Pittsburgh that is probably going to get bad, but it's scheduled to get bad right after this game. 3-2 pitch to Andrew, grounded to third. It's going to be a double play ball to second for 1. On to first, they get 2. With Rutschman heading over to third. That was hit right to third baseman Nick York, who threw it to Brandon Lowe at second, who got it over to Flores Jr. at first. Now bring up Jaron Duran, and he squares the bunt with 2 outs and takes a strike. Jaron 202 on the year, 16 homers and 61 RBIs. The 0-1 pitch. Grounded fouls. He chased a curveball below the zone. The count's quickly 0-2. Red Sox at first and second with nobody out. And now the 0-2 pitch to Jaron. Checks his swing. Did he go? No, he did not. And the count's 1-2. Yeah, Rutschman, the DH today. Over at third. Duran trying to knock him in. 1-2 to Jaron. Chases a ball in the dirt for strike 3. So we'll head to the top or the bottom of the second. Pirates still up 2-0. It's absolutely crazy that Jaron Duran is still here. And it's not even like when he's up at bat, he's even close right now. Problem is, Masataka Yoshida left last night's game with hamstring tightness. So the Red Sox offense, and at least their outfield, is stretched thin. So here's the question: when Yoshida comes back and when Roman Anthony comes back, I don't know how you put Duran in. As the Buffalo Bison are up 6-0 on the Woo Sox. Trevor Story 0 for 1 in his rehab assignment so far. Buffalo Bison, the AAA affiliate of the Toronto Blue Jays. A step up from the AA affiliate, the New Hampshire Fisher Cats. Speaking of which, I believe there's a former New Hampshire Fisher Cat on the Pirates, Spencer Horwitz, who I got a chance to meet and talk to when I was working for the Fisher Cats for 2 years. Patrick Sandoval back to work in the bottom of the second, and a curveball to Nick York for a strike. And it counts 0-1. Second pitch, way outside, and it counts 1-1. York ran 197 on the year. The 1-1 pitch, 86-mile-an-hour slider that he missed, counts 1-2. Red Sox unable to do something in the top of the second. York swings and misses on a changeup outside, and as the first out of the bottom of the second. Speaking of rehab assignments, Trevor Story begins his rehab with Worcester today. Roman Anthony will begin his rehab assignment on Tuesday up in Portland. And Isaiah Kiner Falafla, probably butchered that name, will begin it on Wednesday in Worcester. As Billy Cook fouls off the first pitch he sees, and the count's 0-1. Second pitch below the zone for ball one. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa had some sparing moments in the infield. Probably be a bench guy when he comes back. That pitch is outside. Counts 2-1. The lefty's 2-1 pitch to Cook. Foul back, and the count's 2-2. Billy Cook been 200 on the year. And the 2-2 pitch from Sandoval, his 30th of the afternoon already. Right there for strike three. So 2 strikeouts in the inning for Sandoval. Now bring up Henry Davis, batting 171 on the year. First pitch to Davis. Swings and misses on a slider, and the count's 0-1. "79 games, 171 batting average, 8 homers, and 30 RBIs. His 0-1 pitch. Checks his swing. Did he go? No, he did not. It counts 1-1. Can Sandoval go 1-2-3 this inning? Be a nice bounce back. As that one is skied under the outfield grass. Monasterio calls off Durbin, makes the catch, and that will retire the Pirates in the second. Nice 1-2-3 inning for Sandoval. We'll head to the top of the third. So if you are just joining us, we'll take a look at the standings across Major League Baseball. The Braves at 73-50 lead the NL East, up 7.5 games on the Phillies. Meanwhile, in the Central, the Brewers at 76-48 with just a 4-game lead on the Cubbies. Meanwhile, out west, the Dodgers 74-50 with an 8-game lead on both the Diamondbacks and the Padres. So the NL Central really the only one that's still got a shot. But as we head to the wild card, it gets a lot tighter. Cubs with a 6-game lead on the first wild card spot at 72-52. The Diamondbacks, Padres, and Phillies, though, at 66-58, all tied for that second wild card spot and that third wild card spot. Meanwhile, the Marlins, 63-61, they are 3 games back from a wild card spot. Cardinals, 3.5 back. Pirates, just 5.5 back. Nationals, 6.5. And the Reds at 6. I don't know why those are flipped. Graphics, of course, doing me in. Heading across to the American League as we look at the division standings. Rays with a 6.5 game lead on the Yankees and an 8.5 game lead on the Red Sox. Meanwhile, the other two divisions, quite close. White Sox with a 4.5 game lead on second place Detroit and a 5 game lead on third and fourth place Cleveland and Minnesota. Meanwhile, out west, the Astros clinging to a 2-game lead against the Rangers and a 5-game lead over the Mariners. Meanwhile, in the wild card, the Yankees with a 7.5 game lead over anybody, but just a 2-game lead over Boston for that first wild card spot. The Red Sox with a 5.5 game lead over the Rangers as Anthony Siegler fouls one off. It counts 0-1. Rangers hold the third wild card spot, but they have just a half-game lead over the Blue Jays, Orioles, and Tigers, a 1-game lead over the Twins and Guardians, just a 3-game lead over the Mariners. 1 pitch to Siegler, swings and misses, and it counts 0-2 as we are back live in the Game Time Voice studios. Anthony Siegler batting .248 with 3 home runs and 12 RBIs on the season, 42 games played. The 0-2 pitch to him in the dirt, and the count's 1-2. .37th pitch of the outing for Bacher right now. As outside for strike 3, but Siegler's going to challenge it. I think he might have this one. Yes, he does. Count 2-2. Each team gets 2 challenges on strike calls per game. So the 2-2 pitch to Siegler, that one bounces and the count's full, 3-2. So a 3-2 pitch to Anthony, batting .248. Connor Wong due up next. Siegler ropes one into left center field. That one's going to split the gap. And the outfielders, Siegler's going to rumble into second for a stand-up double. And it's a leadoff double to begin the top of the third for the Red Sox. Pirates. They are showing last night in Chicago for the Cardinals. Julian Baez made his MLB debut and had 3 home runs on the day. Connor Wong will step in and he'll look at a strike at the bottom of the zone. And Baez, and the name Baez, no stranger to Wrigley Field, as Javier Baez was part of that Cubs World Series team in 2016. Connor Wong fouls one right off his ankle, and that one's going to sting a little bit. Wong back in there, and the 0-2 pitch to him. Lays off a sweeper, and the count's 1-2. Seager with his leadoff second. Brandon Lowe creeping in. And the 0-2 pitch to, or the 1-2 pitch to Connor Wong is fouled off. Over on the first base side, Rafael Flores Jr. makes the catch. No advance for Sogard. Or I should say no advance for Anthony Seigler. So here comes Nick Sogard. 0-for-1 on the day. The first pitch will have to wait as Barker steps off and looks Seigler back to second. "43 pitches so far for Lake Barker. First pitch to Sogard this at bat is low for a ball. Sogard grounded out in the first inning. Anthony Seigler leads off second. 45th pitch of the day for Barker. That one catches the bottom of the zone for a strike. One pitch coming to Nick Sogard. Here it is. Sogard chases a slider down in the dirt and counts 1-2. Don't think in all 3 live streams I've called the Red Sox home run. They've scored, but I haven't called a home run in all 3 live streams. Barker throws one way outside and counts 2-2. I would like to call a Red Sox homer. If that's possible. Please, boys. Barker's 2-2 pitch. That one roped down the line, but foul. And they'll do the 2-2 again. Yeah, I don't think I called one in the first live stream for the Reds. Definitely didn't call one in the Blue Jays game, and definitely didn't call one in the Athletics game. So if I could get a home run, that would be great. And Sogard looks at what was called the ball, but I think he's going to be out for strike 3. As Pirates are going to challenge this, and yeah, that one's right there for strike 3. So Sogard down on strikes. He is 0 for 2. I'll bring up Cedon. First pitch to him is fouled off. Counts 0-1. Cedon struck out in the first. I don't know if he knew what the count was because he chased a bad pitch. The 0-1 pitch from Barker to Rafaela. Did he check his swing? Yes, he did. And the count's 0-2. I think Cedon wanted home plate umpire to check the first base. The home plate umpire's adamant that he went. So now the count's 0-2. Barker's 52nd pitch of the outing. And Rafaela chases another one. That's strike 3. So I head to the bottom of the third. Red Sox still down 2-0 to the Pirates. Take a look at the upcoming schedules for these two teams. If you are just joining us, the Red Sox will be heading back to Fenway for a 3-game set with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Then, after an off day, they will welcome the San Francisco Giants and former third baseman Rafael Devers back to Fenway Park. Meanwhile, for the Pirates, they'll have one more homestand, this time against the Detroit Tigers. Then they'll have an off day before they travel west to take on the 2-time defending champion Los Angeles Dodgers. So 2 teams going opposite directions in upcoming days. But a long way to go as we're only 2.5 innings into this Sunday afternoon game. Patrick Sandoval back to work, and first pitch is a slider for a strike to Jared Triolo. Triolo flew out back in the first. The 0-1 pitch is inside and counts 1-1. Sandoval up to 35 pitches in the outing. This one chopped to the left side. Sandoval's not going to have a play on it. So the first runner reaches in the bottom of the third for the Pirates. Just a chopper that found the right spot in the infield. So first runner aboard for the Pirates in the bottom of the third. Now bring up Esmerlin Valdez, who got the rally going in the bottom of the first with a double. Eventually scored from it. First pitch to him is a slider that runs inside, and the count's 1-0. One old pitch, and Valdez will foul that one off to the right, and the count's 1-1. It's been ironic as Barker was put into this start for the Pirates as Valdez swings and drills one right center field. Abreu going back to the wall, and he mistimed it. So this one's going to hit off. Thrown to second by Rafaela. And he's safe at second. Monasterio comes up. He might have gotten a cleat on the wrist. And they're not going to challenge it. This was a hard hit ball off the right center field wall. Rafaela threw it in. I think Valdez just beat it. Monasterio kind of jammed his wrist for a moment. So second and third, nobody out. And I'll bring up Brian Reynolds. So look at a ball that's bounced in the dirt. That was bang bang. Probably too close to call. 1-0 pitch. That one's ripped off the glove of Monasterio into left for a base hit. As the Pirates are going to get one out of it. It's a 3-0 lead for the Buccos. So 3-0 lead. I'll bring up Brandon Lau, who had an RBI single in the first. And he'll rope one into right field. That's a base hit. And another run comes in. It's 4-0 Pirates. This is getting ugly quick. Still nobody out in the bottom of the third. Rafael Flores Jr. look at a ball outside. Send him up to 43 pitches. His 44th, right in the zone for a strike. Just not what you want to see. 1-1 pitch right at the bottom of the zone for strike two. Reynolds on second, Low on first. what has been a disastrous start so far for Patrick Sandoval. 1-2 pitch inside, 2-2. As we are about to hit the hour mark on this game, 2-2 pitch, swung on a miss, strike 3. Finally, the first out of the bottom of the third. On a pitch outside part of the plate, and Flores whiffed on it. I'll bring up Jake Magnum. 0 for 1 today. With a pop out back in the first. First pitch to him, inside, count 1-0. Patrick Sandoval, on his changeup entering today, had opponents batting 171. Every other pitch combined, 381. So, probably should just throw changeups from now on, as this one's blooped into right field. Willier coming on, and he traps it. And the runners will advance up one base, and we'll have the bases loaded with 1 out. Willier trying to make a play on it, but it bounced in front of him. Actually, a good thing he still trapped it, so it didn't get behind him. Andrew Bailey will come out to talk to Sandoval. Just been a tough start so far to this game for the Red Sox. But I guess I shouldn't be surprised considering our history with the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. So bases loaded, bottom of the third. 1 out. And Nick York to bat. 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the second. '50th pitch from Sandoval. High and outside, ball 1. Pirates on every base for Pittsburgh right now. 1-0 pitch to York. Foul tip in the mitt. Good catch by Connor Wong, and the count's 1-1. York's career with the bases loaded, 333 with 1 double and 7 RBIs. However, this season, just 1 for 5 with a strikeout. 1-1 pitch. That one grounded up the middle into center field for a base hit. 2 runs are going to score on that one. And the Pirates have a 6-0 lead. The Red Sox bullpen getting loose. This is just getting bad quick. I'll be surprised if Sandoval makes it past this inning. His first pitch to Billy Cook is low for a ball. '54th pitch of the outing. It's high for ball 2, 2-0. Mangum in second, York at first. Two 0 pitch is right on the inside corner for a strike. Sandoval just needs to get out of this inning. His day might be done. 2-1 pitch. There's a sinker that sails on him for a 3-1 count. Again, Red Sox just came in just 2 games back of the Yankees for a home wild card game, as Cook fouls that one off and the count's full. If they could keep it to 2 or 3 games, they do have a 4-game series down the road against the Yankees. Not quite sure when that game is. The Yankees are up 1-0 against the Blue Jays in the top of the 5th, and the Orioles are up 10-2 on the Rays right now. So 3-2 pitch, fouled off by Cook. They'll do it again. So again, if you can keep this wild card lead for the Yankees within 2 to 3 games, you have a 4-game set coming up at the end of August, including a doubleheader. Cook fouls off another one, still 3-2. Fortunately, those games are in Yankee Stadium. Again, if you can get 3 out of 4 there, might be in the first place, but we got a long way to go since then. Another 3-2 pitch, another foul off by Cook. Time is called, and Cook's going to step off. Sandoval's thrown 60 pitches through 3 innings right now. In all likelihood, this is going to be his last inning of work. Another 3-2 pitch inside, and he walked him. Bases loaded again for the Pirates. With 1 out for Henry Davis. First pitch to him is swung on a miss for a strike. Magnum at third, York at second, Cook at first. Pirates with a 6-0 lead, and Davis lines one into center field, and Cedon's going to make the catch. Tagging and scoring is Magnum, and it's a 7-0 lead for the Buccos. Back to the top of the order, Jared Triolo, and that one's lined right to Sogard. He makes the catch, and finally the 3rd inning is done. Let the Buccos put up 5 and have a 7-0 lead as we head to the top of the 4th. So, back when we had that second live stream that I did with Dylan Cease, just absolutely torched the Red Sox in a complete game effort. The Red Sox, I believe, were 7 games up on the third place wildcard team and 2 games back still of the Yankees. Now, during that game, Nesson put up a stat that said over a stretch of games, I forget how long it was, the Red Sox had scored this amount of runs. They said that was the most runs they had scored in that period of time over that many games since August of 2011. Now, some of you might be going, wow, that's a long time ago that they've done that. Yes. However, if you are a Red Sox fan, this 2011 season is one you would like to forget. And we have a new pitcher for the Buccos, Hunter Barco. His first pitch to Willie Abreu is a ball. So looks like a bullpen game from here on out between these two teams. Barco fires in a strike with a 1-1 count. Willie Abreu up, grounded out in the first. Barco's 1-1, fouled off, and it's 1-2. Red Sox might already be done. We don't know. But if they want to dream about a comeback, you got to get something within the next 2 innings, maximum. One-two pitch to Willier. High and inside, and the count's 2-2. Willier has had more success against lefties than righties. 319 against lefties, 233 against righties. The 2-2 pitch swung on and missed on a slider for strike 3, and that's the first out of the top of the 4th. Now I'll bring up the switch hitting Adley Rutschman. Now we'll bat from the right side of the plate. First pitch he sees from Barco, swung on a miss on a high fastball, and the count's 0-1. Rutschman walked in the second. The 0-1 pitch to him catches the bottom of the zone for strike 2. Counts quickly 0-2. Barco from the stretch fires that one low and on the shoe tops, and the count's 1-2. Barco's 1-2 pitch to Rutschman. Below the zone for ball 2. Caleb Durbin on deck. 2-2 pitch to Adley. Outside for strike 3, and Rutschman doesn't challenge. 2 outs. So 2 down, top of the 4th, and here comes Caleb Durbin. 1 for 1 today. High pop-up along the outfield grass. Second baseman Brandon Lowe makes the catch, and that does it for the top of the 4th. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th with the Pirates with a 7-0 lead. This is absolutely crazy to me. And I don't know if I'm going to do another Red Sox game on this channel this season. Because this is getting eerie. Where the Red Sox not only don't win when I live stream on this channel, they don't even look competent. I think the first game we did against the Reds, I'm going to check when that game was because it's ingrained in my mind. That game was on March 29th, 2026. Go. That was a 3-2 Cincinnati win. Patrick Sandoval, some reason, back to work. First pitch to Valdez is a strike. A 1 pitch outside, count 1-1. So, March 29th, 2026. That was a 3-2 game. 1-1 pitch to Valdez, low, count 2-1. Next time we streamed was July 25th against the Blue Jays. That was 6-1. Then we streamed about a week ago as 2-1 pitches foul back from Valdez against the Athletics. That was 5-1. So the 3 games that we have done for the Red Sox, they have been outscored as 2-2 pitch to Valdez is fouled off. They have been outscored 14-4 in the games we've done. And now if you add that up, it's now 21-4 with the game right now. 2-2 pitch to Valdez. Swung on a miss, strike 3. On the 70th pitch of the outing for Patrick Sandoval. One gone here in the bottom of the 4th. A lot of Red Sox fans in the audience right now. As Brian Reynolds back up, and he'll look at a ball outside. 2 for 2 today. Brian is double, single, scored 2 runs, and has 2 RBIs. 1-0 pitch to him, right at the top of the zone for a strike. One pitch, fouled off the third base side, counts 1-2. Again, bunch of Red Sox fans in PNC Park right now. They are silent. Now Chad Tracy is coming out with the trainer. Patrick Sandoval is fighting to stay in this game. So just as a heads up, folks, we are 53 days away from the home opener for these boys. 1-2 pitch to come into Reynolds. And that one's way outside. It counts 2-2. Two pitch. That one fouled off to the right-hand side. They'll do it again. So we're coming up on an hour and a half game so far. Not even through 4 innings. Reynolds fouls off another. Another 2-2 pitch home. That one's low, counts 3-2. Brandon Lowe on deck. That one's low, ball 4. Sandoval walks another. So Brandon Lowe checking in. Look at a strike right at the bottom of the zone. Lowe 2 for 2 today. 1 pitch to him, swung on a miss on a fastball, and the count's quickly 0-2. Another 0-2 pitch from Sandoval. Swung on a miss on a changeup, and there's 2 gone. Here at the bottom of the 4th. Now bring up Rafael Flores Jr., who is 0 for 2 today. First pitch to him is just above the zone. The count's 1-0. Flores Jr. has struck out both times he's been up. One 0 pitch to him. That one's below the zone for ball 2. Two 0 pitch inside ball 3. This just keeps getting worse and worse as Raymond Borgos loosening up in the Red Sox bullpen. 3-0 pitch to Flores Jr. That one fouled back, and it's 3-1. I was about to say, at this point, we might switch over to the Woo Sox game, but from what I heard, they're not doing much better as Flores Jr. swings and misses at a fastball. And the count's 3-2. Sandoval up to 86 pitches right now. And runner at first will be off on the pitch. That one's inside ball 4, and he walked him. Chad Tracy's not moving for some reason. I want to welcome all 9 of you watching Red Sox baseball. You're on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. I apologize. As the Pirates have unloaded the cannons on the Red Sox ship and it is slowly sinking. As Jake Magnum will look at a ball. Jake 1 for 2 today. He singled back in the 3rd. One 0 pitch to him. That one swung on and flown out to center field. Sadon back to get it. Makes the catch. That will retire the side. We'll head to the top of the 5th with the Pirates still holding a 1-0 lead. So just to lighten the mood a little bit for you guys, I did get my first broadcasting gig. It's a little ways away, September 25th. I will be back on the headset and commentary highlights will be coming up. Hopefully, I don't know if my boss is watching, but if he is, hopefully I get a chance to do a game before September 25th. So we'll have that. And like I said, October 9th, UMass Lowell Hockey will begin its season. at home against Clarkson. So the Riverhawk vlogs will be back at some point as well. I'm going to try to do more of those. Actually, I'm also going to try to do something different with my commentary highlights. What I might do is I might blend the vlogs and the commentary highlights into one. Last year what I did was I posted the commentary highlights and then I posted the vlogs afterwards, which were kind of like a view behind the scenes of me getting prepared for broadcasting. For my broadcasting videos, I might just blend the two. So we'll see what happens from that. Andrew Monasterio lead off the top of the 5th. Look at a ball inside from Bucco. Andrew grounded into a double play back in the 2nd. The 1-0 pitch to him. Right at the bottom of the zone for a strike, count 1-1. One pitch to Andrew, inside for a ball, 2-1. 2-1 pitch to him, grounded right at the second baseman Brandon Lowe. He will fire on to first for the first out of the top of the 5th. Now I'll bring up Jarren Duran, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. First pitch he sees from Bucco is outside for a ball. The 1-0 pitch just outside. The count's 2-0. Surprised Bucco or Davis did not challenge that. I thought it nicked the zone. 2-0 pitch to Jarren. Lined right up the middle for a base hit. So Jarren's on with 1 out in the top of the 5th. I'll bring up Anthony Siegler. Another switch hitter. Bat from the right side of the plate now. Anthony double back in the 3rd. Bucco in his 2nd inning of relief. Throw a ball outside. Now a mound visit between him and Davis. Chad Tracy's club came out on the road with a massive win streak. Their 2nd massive win streak of the season. They have fallen flat on their face in this road trip, winning just 2 games. 1-0 pitch to Anthony Siegler, inside, ball 2. And a surefire playoff spot has become drastically tighter. 2-0 pitch to Siegler. That one below the zone for ball 3. Connor Wong on deck. 3-0 pitch to Siegler. That one's outside for strike 1. It wasn't, but Siegler didn't challenge it. Time is called. ABS system is something the Red Sox have struggled with all season on their knowledge of the strike zone. Three-one pitch to Siegler. That one's below the zone. Siegler's going to challenge this one. I don't know if he's going to have it. This one's close. Just nicks it. Counts 3-2. Sox have one challenge remaining. I think if he challenged the pitch before that, he would have been on base. Three, 2. That one's definitely inside ball 4. Red Sox have runners on. First and second with one out. I'll bring up Connor Wong, who's 0 for 1 today. Catching today is Adley Rutschman is doing the DHing. First pitch to Connor. It's inside for a ball. Connor Wong fouled out in the third and is only at bat today. Duran on second, Siegler on first. 1-0 pitch to Connor. Outside 2-0. Nick Sogard on deck. The Pittsburgh Pirates pitching coach out to talk to Bucco. This crowd's pretty decent. PNC Park, again, one of the best parks in Major League Baseball. An update from Worcester. Trevor Story, 1 for 2 today with a single and a run scored in his rehab assignment with the Woo Sox. Now Connor Wong with a swing and a drive. Left center field. Back by the wall. It's gone. A ding-dong from Connor Wong. And the Red Sox have cut it in the lead. It's 7-3. A massive, massive plate appearance from the least expected guy. Now Nick Sogard, and we'll look at a strike at the bottom of the zone. There's that home run I needed. Sogard will look at a ball inside. The 1-1 pitch to Nick. Line just foul off the tarp. So that one got into the left field seats. Now the 1-2 pitch to Sogard is outside. Count 2-2. Two pitch. It's outside 3-2. 2-2 pitch. Sogard fouls it off. Red Sox cutting into the deficit here in the top of the fifth. Exactly what they needed. Can they find a little more? Sogard's going to see strike 3, and I think he's going to lose this one badly. And I don't know why he was so confident. He started walking down to first like he knew it was a ball, and it caught so much of the plate. So 2 outs, and here's Cedon, who will look at a ball 1-0. Cedon has struck out twice today. 1-0 pitch to him. Strike right at the bottom of the zone. Can Cedon join the party? This one's going to be lined into center field, but it will hang up for Billy Cook. That will end the inning. But the Red Sox, on a 3-run homer from Connor Wong, make the deficit 4. It's now 7-3. That's a good way to cut into that deficit. So, Red Sox head to the bottom of the fifth. Then a grand slam. So they get 3 there. And if they get a run in inning, they can tie it. I would like to get 2 in an inning coming up. That way they'll be up by the time we get to the bottom of the 9th. But don't want to get ahead of myself here. So, looking ahead, like I mentioned, I did post a video this past Friday on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. As the first pitch at the bottom of the fifth is flied over to the right side, and Sogard unable to connect with the glove, and it's 0-1. It's Raymond Burgos out of the bullpen. I did post a video this past Friday on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. It was the do's and don'ts of attending a live sporting event. So if you've not done so already, go and check that video out. It was a fun video to film. A 1 pitch to York, grounded right to Caleb Durbin. He will fire across for the first out of the bottom of the fifth. So if you are just joining us, pitching line for the starter, Patrick Sandoval, 4 innings, 9 hits, 7 runs. He also struck out 6. Burgos' first pitch to Billy Cook is a strike at the bottom of the zone. Back-to-back lefties for the Red Sox today, and Burgos has a sinker get away from him inside, and it counts 1-1. So the Patriots have their second preseason game coming up this week, as the third pitch of the at-bat is a ball high. As the clouds roll in, 2-1 pitch to Cook is looped out to left field. Duran coming on, makes the sliding catch for the second out. Nice play there from Jaron. So the Patriots' next preseason game will be this Saturday, the 22nd of August at 7 o'clock. We might live stream that game. We will see. This counts 1-1 to Henry Davis. One pitch to him. It's inside. Count 2-1. Like I said, 7 o'clock start on a Saturday. Not too bad. Starters are expected to get some time. We will see. Although I don't know about really doing a preseason game. Because their first game of the season is also October 9th, which is a Wednesday. Actually, no, it's September 9th. That's a Wednesday. Against the Seahawks in a Super Bowl rematch. So it's a Wednesday at 8:20, so we probably won't be live streaming that game. 2-2 pitch to Davis. That one fouled off. Count still 2-2. So the first opportunity we will have to do a Patriots game as the 2-2 pitch to Davis, swung on and driven to left field. Duran going back onto the warning track, and he'll make the catch to retire the side in the fifth. Scoreless inning for Burgos. We'll head to the top of the sixth. Red Sox down 7-3. So the first Patriots game we will live stream on the channel will be September 20th as a 1 o'clock game against the Pittsburgh Steelers, which was the first game we did last year. So let's mark our calendar. September 20th at 1 o'clock, first live stream of the year for the Patriots. Meanwhile, the Bruins' first game of the year is a Tuesday night at 8 o'clock against the Rangers. Then a Friday game, October 2nd, against the Jets at 8. And then hang on, I'm going to double check this because I'm pretty sure this is preseason, right? Yep. So I'm just looking to see when first chance we get a Bruins game is. So their first 3 games, September 29th, October 2nd, and October 3rd, all start at 8 o'clock. And Willie Abreu will start the top of the 6th with a foul ball to the left, but it'll get into the stands. And so counts 0-1. I also have a lot of weddings coming up in the next couple months, so going to be busy with that. As that one is inside, I believe, for a ball. We'll wait for the ABS to come out. So we might be in November before we get a Bruins live stream. It is a ball, so the count's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Willier will ground this one to the left side. Going to be a tough play for Nick York, third base. On throw, he gets him at first. Heck of a play there from York, and one gone. Chad Tracy will not challenge. Yeah, so we might be waiting until November before we get any Celtics or Bruins live streams. So those will be on a game-by-game basis. Adley Rutschman will step in. He'll look at a strike. Parko back to work here. And another challenge here from the Pirates, and I think they're going to get this one. Yeah, that's a strike, so the count's 0-2. Red Sox are out of challenges. Pirates still have one. So count 0-2 to Adley. Here it is. That one's low for a ball. Rutschman's 0-for-1 today with a walk. 1-2 pitch to him. That's low for strike 3. And the Red Sox are out of challenges, so nothing they can do about that one. So 2 out in the top of 6, and here comes Caleb Durbin. He'll look at one inside. One will pitch to Caleb, right on the outside part of the plate for a strike. Caleb trying to keep this inning alive here, and he'll fly one out to right center field. Coming over and making the catch is Billy Cook, and that will retire the Red Sox in the top of the 6th. Well, to the bottom, 77-3 Pirate lead. Red Sox go quiet in that inning after 3 runs in the top of the 5th. So can Borges get another scoreless inning here? Get the Red Sox back up in the top of the 7th. It's funny how a 3-run homer can all of a sudden get your optimism up just a little bit. But it's funny how after a scoreless top of the 6th, goes back down because you can't add any runs. You can only fall behind more. Burgos back to work against Jared Triolo. First pitch is a ball. 1-0 pitch. That one bunted foul, and it counts 1-1. Burgos 14 pitches so far. The 1-1 pitch is fouled off on a cutter, and it counts 1-2. Red Sox have a lot of lefties on staff here. Not a lot of righties. The 1-2 pitch is outside, count 2-2. They just showed the press box for the Nesson booth as that one lined to Monasterio, played on a hop, fires over to first in time. Nice play with one gone. In the bottom of the 6th. We'll bring up Esmerlin Valdez. 2 for 3 today with two doubles and 2 runs scored. That one's below the zone for a ball. One 0 pitch. Strike on an outside corner. Wasn't really, but surprisingly, Pittsburgh didn't use its last challenge. The 1-1 pitch. That one's in there for a strike. And it counts 1-2. The clouds seem to come in. 1-2 pitch inside, 2-2. This game is official. 2-2 pitch. Low zone for ball 3. Count full, 3-2. Burgos has pitched to Valdez. Inside, ball 4, and he walked him. So runner on with 1 out. 4 o'clock, 91% chance of thunderstorms coming up in the area. Burgos' pitch to Brian Reynolds is in for a strike. 2 for 2, Brian is. Double and single, 2 runs and 2 RBIs. So might not have much more baseball right now. Some weather coming in as that one's below the zone for a ball, 1-1. On one pitch to Reynolds, grounded to third. Durbin scoops it to second for 1, on to first, in time for the double play. Nicely done. We will head to the top of the 7th. See how much we will get. Some weather coming in imminently. Speaking of which, looks like the rain's not supposed to come until tomorrow for us. As I mentioned, Lake Bacher got the start today for the Pirates in the place of Paul Skeens, who had his start pushed back after some rough outings. Yep, so about 20 minutes until the showers come in Pittsburgh. And I will just let you guys know that as soon as the showers hit, it's probably going to be a long delay, which means we will probably in all likelihood cut off the stream. Although I just got a notification from ESPN that they're already in a delay. And yep, tarps coming out in Pittsburgh. So looks like we are headed for a delay here. As we are headed for the top of the 7th. Not quite sure how long this is going to be, but give me a chance to kind of speak a little bit before we wrap this up. And now I don't think this is like the last time I was in Pittsburgh. I don't think this is snow that's coming. I know what somebody's probably thinking. I don't think this would be snow, because if it snows in August, the world is broken. But looks like this is going to hit a little bit of a pattern here. So, just a heads up. I will be doing my best. I know you guys got a chance to look at, if you haven't done so already, once you click off this live stream and once I sign off, go back and check out my video that came out on the do's and don'ts of attending live sporting events just before the NHL, NBA, and NFL season kicks back off. Go and check that out. I'm going to try to put more and more videos out on Fridays. Shorts will be back out every Wednesday. The Red Sox do have a game on Wednesday at 4:10 for some reason. We might do that one. We'll see. Depends on when I can get out of work. But I'm going to sign off. So right now it's 7-3 Pirates in the top of the 7th. This game more than likely will be finished. And I will say goodbye. I want to thank you for joining me here on a Sunday afternoon on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. Right now, score Pirates 7, Red Sox 3. This has been the Game Time Voice's presentation of Red Sox baseball here on the Game Time Voice, which is the voice of the common sports fan. Have a good Sunday, everybody.